What's up, everybody? All right, so finishing the day here, Friday, the 9th trading day of the year, up $9,680.18. What a day. We are seeing incredible momentum. This has been an incredible week. It's been an incredible month. I'm up just under $50,000 on the year. I'm right around 47, 48,000, and this is a fantastic month. My best month ever, and this was also just last month in December, it's the best month I've ever had. I made $84,000. So right now, I actually have a shot at breaking my all-time monthly record. What I'd really like to do is break over 6 figures in 1 month. To be over $100,000 in 1 month, my goal is that I will do that at some point in 2018. Maybe it'll be January, I don't know, we'll see. Right now we're just seeing huge opportunities. So what is this whole January effect? Well, what happens in December is often in the last sort of week of the month, you see a lot of small caps dip down because traders who have been holding positions for a long time just try to close out those positions so they can realize the loss in the 2017 tax year. And then come January, they've got money freed up, they're ready to add back new positions, and so all of that buying creates more momentum in the market. And I think there's also the fact that traders, certainly like myself, we're eager to build our cushion on the year. As soon as you can get yourself up $50,000, $100,000, you can start to set back a little bit and just kind of put it on autopilot. It's getting yourself into that driver's seat that really gives you the confidence to sort of slow down a little bit. So that's what I'm doing, and man, I'm doing a terrific job. I'm really pumped to have almost $50,000 in the first 2 weeks. I've never had such a great start to the year. Now, last year was certainly a good start, but I started with only $583. I broke $100,000 on March 8th, and at this rate, I'm at 47,000 9 days into the year, so I'm probably going to break over 100K a lot sooner than March 8th. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it happens here in January, and I have a record month. So anyways, this week has been just kind of crazy. It's been super busy being out here in the California office. This is my 3rd day in the office. I got here Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, 5:30 a.m., drove into the office. The days here feel so long because my days start at 5:30 in the morning. And then at 9 a.m. when I'm doing my midday recap, that's when people are starting to come into the office here, and that's when my meetings start. And then I'm in meetings until 6 p.m. PST. Then I go out to dinner, by the time I get home, and back to the hotel, which is my current home, it's 10, 11 o'clock, and then got to get back up at 5:30 in the morning. So it's basically like my days are 3 hours longer when I'm on the West Coast. But you know what? I'm getting a lot of stuff done. I've been having a ton of meetings, back-to-back meetings, doing lots of planning, checking in on the status of all these projects we're working on, because we've got a ton of things that we're doing for our members for 2018. So I'm really excited to get to the point where we'll be able to start showing you some of the things that we've been working on. Those updates will be coming soon, but right now, me being out here is just, checking in, making sure things are, moving smoothly and on schedule, on budget, and at the level of quality that I expect for anything that we put in front of our students. So we've had lots of meetings, and then, of course, yesterday afternoon, we went to drive some go-karts. Now, if you remember from yesterday's recap, I set the bar that I'd be in first place. Now, I set the bar that high because when we went to drive sports cars in Las Vegas, I was in 2nd place. And, let's be honest, I was smoking everybody. I was just totally killing it. I was tearing up the track. So I thought, go-karts, I'm gonna nail this thing. I'm gonna show them, what it means to be a real go-kart driver. I'm gonna come in first place. Well, as it turned out, in my first race, I came in last place. Last place. That's actually the worst position you can finish a race in. It was very disappointing. Now, when I stepped back and thought about it, I realized as I was driving that I have a lot of things I still want to do. I have a lot to live for. Some of these young bucks out on the team, they're just going out there, they're burning rubber, they just want to get in first place, and you know what? I let them have it. I think they needed it. So Chase, he came in first. Bill came in second place. Very, very good driving from Bill. And Alex, he came in third place, which is respectable. I came in last. So a little disappointing there, but like I said, I let them have it because you know, it's good to do that as a leader, to show that, you know, these guys can step up, and maybe they'll be leaders someday themselves. So let them get to the top of the leaderboard, first, second, third place, and I don't mind being in last place. Once I composed myself, we went to Mexican food, had a great dinner, went back to the hotel, and then back here, 5:30 in the morning for another day of trading. So today was awesome, just under $10,000. I mean, these are crazy good days. And so as of right now, I'm at $380,000 in profits from my account that started with $583. So I'm now 38% of the way to the $1 million goal. I love days where I can jump up 1% a day. So $10,000 is 1% a day, and I'm just making my way up. So pretty soon we're going to be at 400K, and then 500K will be a really exciting spot. That'll be the halfway point. So anyways, let's break down today's trades in today's midday market recap. All right, everyone, so we're going to break down the trades from this morning. So I did a Facebook live stream a little bit earlier, and then I realized that for some reason my screen was jammed up. It wasn't, the frames weren't updating, so you guys couldn't really see what I was talking about. The audio was okay, but you couldn't see anything. So let's try this one more time and see if this time you guys are able to see the screen. So those of you watching live, just give me a heads up that you're able to see this, and that everything is coming through clearly. All right, so let's see. I see you guys getting logged in, so that's good. All right, so let's break down the trades. Now, today ended up being an awesome day, finishing the morning up $9,680.18. Hey, Mike, what's up? So, all right, so you guys can hear me. So, yeah, I mean, this just was sort of a surprise, great day of trading. I really was not expecting it. I came into the market this morning, you know, definitely mindful that, you know, my epic loss in go-karting yesterday would weigh heavily on my mind. I would not be focused this morning. I'd be a little bit more tired. And so as I sat down to trade, I wasn't thinking I would be too aggressive. So very first trade, MYSZ. And remember, I'm in California. I'm not on vacation because I am working, but I'm you know, I'm definitely trying to sort of go a little easy when I'm not in my home office, because when I'm in my home office, I'm more focused, and you know, everything is familiar, and just kind of, I'm in the zone, and out here I've got a lot more distractions. So I just kind of like being able, wherever I am, whether I'm logging in from, you know, California office, from New York City, from Italy, wherever I'm logging in, I can just log in any morning and make, you know, 500,000 bucks. Hey Ryan, what's up? I see you logging in too. So, you know, that's kind of what I go for. Not to really swing for the fences when I'm on vacation, because I've had times in the past where when I'm out of my office, I get aggressive, do something stupid, and then that ends up kind of, you know, bumming me out for the rest of the day. So today, first trade was MYSZ. This is a classic gap and go trade. So we're looking at the pre-market chart here, which you guys should be able to see. Pre-market, it was consolidating, it was gapping up on news and consolidating right under $2. So I was watching it for a break over, what would you guys guess? Break of pre-market highs, right? So pre-market high was 198. The bell rings, and I'll push my screen over here so you guys can see. I'm going to close this. Let's see. I got to close down this little circle that's going on there. So there's the P&L, 9,680 bucks. I'm going to end that task. There we go. All right. And let's see. So first trade was MYSZ getting long at 193, 195, and 197 in anticipation of the break of pre-market highs. I took 7,500 shares. It popped up about 15 cents, hit a high of 217. I sold at 207, 205, 206, 205, and $2 for $787.67 in the first 30 seconds of the day. So this is a very simple trade. It was a stock gapping up with news, with a catalyst, consolidating underneath the pre-market highs. That shows a lot of strength. So I like to be a buyer for the break of the pre-market high. Now, there are certainly times where stocks will break pre-market highs, as this did, squeeze up 10 or 15 cents, and then roll over. Just because it wasn't a good enough trade to hold for 15, 20 minutes doesn't mean it couldn't be a winner. So being willing to jump in, take the profit when you're up 10 to 15 cents, adjust your stop on the rest to break even. And look, I sold the rest at break even, right here at $2. Now, I only held 10% of my position, but I was holding that little piece in case it made a bigger move. All right, so ended up stopping out the rest break even. Next trade, SGRP. SGRP was also on our gap scans this morning. And remember, every single morning I stream my pre-market watch list over on YouTube. And then once the bell rings at 9:30, I trade just in front of our members in the chat room. So I'm going to go back here on this scanner and use a historical date of 9:15 a.m. this morning. And you guys will see the gap scanner, the same as I saw it this morning. All right, so leading gapper, PFMT. This one I wasn't super into. You guys can go watch my pre-market breakdown, my pre-market watch list on YouTube if you want to watch the whole thing. But PFMT, I wasn't that interested in. The float's 35 million shares. I prefer under 10 million. Mara, M-A-R-A, I was interested in, but it already had a lot of volume. It was gapping up on crypto news. It ended up selling off by the time the bell rang. It was no good. USAU, didn't have a lot of volume, was watching it for a maybe, didn't really work. So these were all the stocks I was kind of watching. But MYSZ being the third leading gapper is the one I was watching the most closely. SGRP down here at $1.39, I wasn't as interested in it because I thought that it was a little too cheap. But I had recognized that it was on the scan. And so when I saw it hit my high of day momentum scanners, I knew that, okay, for whatever reason, this is the one that's getting action. This is the one that's starting to squeeze up, that traders are liking, and so I'm going to jump on the bandwagon. And that's kind of what I do. I don't try to guess which train will leave the station. I wait for the train to start moving, and then I jump on. And I try to jump on before I miss the opportunity. So SGRP, it starts moving. Train's starting to leave the station, $1.50, $1.55, $1.57, $1.58. It's squeezing up. I jump in it as soon as I see it on the scanners. I recognize it's moving. I buy 2,500 shares at $1.70, another 2,500 at $1.70. I now have 5,000 shares at $1.70. All right, so I've got a pretty good, pretty decent entry. And on this one, let me just pull the chart up. We'll look at the 1 minute chart. It ended up squeezing up from $1.50. I got in at 70. It squeezed up to $2.10. And I thought, not bad, right? I've got 5,000 shares from $1.70. That's 40 cents. So I'm up 2,000 bucks. But it didn't hold that level. It tapped 210 and then it dropped back down, and I sold as it dropped back down at $1.85. So I actually only made about $720 on my first trade. But that means 2 trades into the day. At 9:33, I was up $1,100, which is a great day. All right, so I'd started to build my cushion, started to get some profit on the day. And then I said, you know what, if SGRP holds up and it squeezes back up, I can always get back in. And that's what I did. I got back in at $2. I got back in at $2 with 2,500 shares and a partial fill. I then sold it to 11, 217, and 202 because it dropped back down again. It then squeezed up to 235 and it pulled back. And so what you can see on this chart here is this little micro pullback at 235. Now, if I break that down, and I'll also note before I change the daily chart that the daily chart was good. It was above its moving averages. It was strong. This is what we like to see. So let's look at a 10-second chart here just for the sake of really dialing in this micro pullback. All right, so we're going to pull this back here. Let's see, I got to really zoom out. Okay, let's go all the way back here, and then we'll zoom back in. All right, I wouldn't use a 10-second chart when I'm trading. I just use it sometimes as examples to show you guys what I'm looking at or why I buy at a certain place. Okay, so see here how it squeezed up and hit 235. When I saw that, I was like, okay, this looks interesting. I think I'm going to get back in. It pulls back. It drops down as it curls back up. That's where I got in at 226, 226, 230, and 232. That's where I had confidence, and so I took 10,000 shares. That was at 9:36 and 58 seconds, which is right around here on this candle as it squeezes up. It taps 46. It pulls back. It then pops up to 294. It pulls back. I end up adding, let's see, let's scroll down a little bit more. I sell some. I add back at $2.99, $3. I add more at $3.43, and I'm selling at $3.50. Let's see, where was my best exit? My best exit was $3.50 and $3.55. Total profit on SGRP, $7,640.44. Not bad at all, right? So this day started with one, relatively small trade, a $700 winner, and then a second $700 winner. Started to build my cushion, and then once I had a cushion, I was able to be a little bit more aggressive. I usually won't start extremely aggressive because I want to make sure I have a little profit. Once I have profit, basically I almost feel like taking a risk is money on the house because I've already built myself up enough margin on the day, enough room that even if I lose $1,000, I'm still walking away with profit, right? Like, let's just say you take a trade, you make $1,000, $1,500, and then you say, okay, on the next trade I can risk $1,000 to make maybe $10,000. Do you take that risk, knowing that if you lose, you still walk away with $500? I'm going to take that risk anytime because I know my accuracy is 70%. I know that I'm right more often than I'm wrong, so I have the confidence to go ahead and take that trade, and so that's what I did. So that was SGRP. I also took a quick little trade on SAEX, which if we go back and just peek at the gap scanner, you'll see that was also on our scans this morning. Let's see, where did I move that scan to? This one was gapping up with news as well right here at 275, gapping up 13%. Float is 3.56 million shares, so it's pretty low. So, on this one, I thought, okay, well, I'm not sure I like it, but then when it started to pop up, that's when I decided to jump in. So I bought this at $3, and this was a little bit disappointing because I was sort of aggressive on it, getting in at $3, $3.03, $3.05. So my average was like $3.04, and I had like 8,000 shares. It popped up to $3.50. 8,000 shares times 50 cents is $4,000. So it popped up to $8.50. I tried to sell it, it popped up to $3.50. I tried to sell at $3.49, $3.49, $3.48, $3.46, $3.38. I wasn't able to get filled. I ended up selling on the bid at $3.35, $3.20, and $3.19. So I made another $1,252 on that trade, which was fine, but it wasn't as much as I was hoping for. The last trade I took on SGRP, this one was actually a pretty nice one. This was a 5-minute setup. So you can see on the 5-minute chart how it pulled back, dropped back down. Then the first 5-minute candle to make a new high is what we usually look for. That was over 272. I decided to get in at 290. I bought it a little bit higher. I got in with 7,500 shares at 290, and I sold it as it curled back up. Remember, first candle to make a new high, stop is at the low, target is high of day. It didn't hit, it hit a high of 38, and then it started to sell off, and so I sold it at 33 and 29. So my first 3 or 4 trades were about maybe $4,000 of profit, and then this last one was $3,000 of profit. So that was a decent trade there. And one little final scalp on this 5-minute setup here. Again, first 5-minute candle to make a new high was over 330. So you can see I'm in with 5,000 shares at 330. I sold it on this candle as it spiked up to 358, selling at 354 and 352. So overall, this ended up being a great day. $9,680 is fantastic. Up $47,000 on the year, $47,000 on the month, which is really exciting. My best month ever was last month in December. I made $84,000. So, you know, as of right now, there's actually a chance that I could, that this could be that I could break that record. My goal is that at some point in 2018, I have a 6-figure month, a month where I make more than $100,000. I had that in November, and then I fell back below it, which was really disappointing. But November I made $82,000. December I made $84,000. Right here in January, I'm sitting at $47,000 on the month, and we have still 2.5 full weeks of trading left. So, you know, there's a great chance that this could be a terrific month. Because what we're noticing right now is January momentum. Now, when I upload this to YouTube, in that upload, I have an intro video where I talk a little bit about the January effect and the momentum that we often see in the first quarter of the new year. So I expect January, February, and March to be quite strong. It wouldn't surprise me if things slow down a little bit in May, maybe April and May, and going into the summer. Summers are hit or miss. Sometimes they're really strong, sometimes they're weak, but right now is an opportunity. And so I really want to encourage all of you guys this weekend. You've got a long weekend. The market's closed on Monday. A lot of people aren't working. So take the long weekend to study up. So when we come back on Tuesday morning, you'll be better prepared to capitalize on these opportunities that we're seeing almost every single day. I mean, the market's here. These stocks are squeezing up. The momentum is there. The question is just whether or not you'll be able to take advantage of the momentum to be a profitable trader and put some money in your pocket each day. All right, so anyways, that's about it for me. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Get some rest. Those of you who are going to study, enjoy going through the classes, and feel free to reach out if you have questions. And I will look forward to seeing all of you guys on Tuesday morning. All right, so I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.